Hello students, welcome to summer 2024. This is Dr. Mercado and I want to welcome you. We are going to have 3 course orientation videos that are going to explain different things. This is the first part of the orientation video. I'm just going to go over some quick information about the course, a little bit of information about myself so you can get to know my educational background and so forth. And then the other 2 videos are very important because they're going to go over the Blackboard layout and the Cengage. So it is very important that you listen to all 3 course orientation videos before you begin any of your assignments. Okay? So, let's begin. The course orientation is for all of my summer classes. This is summer 1, 2, and 3. Summer 1 will run from June the 3rd through July the 5th. Summer 2 is going to run from July the 10th through August the 9th, and Summer 3 is going to run from June the 3rd through August the 9th. Now, I do want to emphasize the importance of keeping up with your assignments because we have a very short time frame. For Summer 1 and Summer 2, we only have 4 instructional weeks plus finals. Okay, so we are basically covering what we usually cover in 16 weeks in 4 weeks. So do expect to have a lot of work. Okay, so if you signed up for a course thinking it was going to be easy because it's during a summer session, that is not a correct assumption. Okay, we will be covering the same thing as if we were covering it in a normal semester, just in a much shorter time frame. So the expectation for students to keep up, ask questions, review all of the resources provided is there. Okay, and it is up to the student to ensure that they adhere and meet all of the deadlines. For those students taking Summer 3, that's going to run for a total of 9 instructional weeks plus finals week. Okay, so we do have a little bit more time with Summer 3 courses, but just the same thing, we still have quite a bit to cover. We're covering what we usually cover in 16 weeks, in 9 weeks. So you will see also a higher than usual volume of assignments rather than if you were taking this in a regular semester. Okay, and I don't want to scare you off. This is a great opportunity for you to get ahead if you have the time to commit to all of these assignments. Okay, because it's not going to get easier just because you're taking it during a summer session. Okay, the expectations of what you will learn and master are the same. Okay, so please make sure that from day number 1 you hit the ground running, you begin working on all of your assignments, you begin looking over all of the resources provided so you do not fall behind. Okay, so these are the deadlines. The course orientation videos will apply to all of my summer sessions. Nothing changes, so just keep that in mind. Now, my courses are asynchronous courses with the exception of one class that I will be teaching at a high school. But for the most part, my courses are asynchronous, which means that we will not be meeting at any time. Okay, I provide you with all of the resources that you need up front, all of the assignments, everything is provided to you up front. It is based on a weekly schedule, so you do have weekly deadlines to adhere to. It is very important that you print out your syllabus. That way you keep track of what needs to happen for that specific week. Okay, I also post weekly announcements on Blackboard, and I'll discuss that in course orientation 2, part 2. But I do also upload weekly announcements reminding students of what is due for the week. Please make sure that you do log in into Blackboard daily so you can keep up with any new information that is provided. So, like I stated, these are asynchronous courses, which you do not have to attend class at any specific time. And this is very convenient for those students that have jobs, multiple jobs, or they have a family. It offers the flexibility to be able to log in and complete your work on your own whenever you feel like it. Okay, I have a lot of students that work, so they either wake up really early in the morning to begin working on their assignments, or they work on their assignments late at night. Okay, and this is a perfect modality for that. Okay. So if you have a demanding circumstance, where it's difficult for you to commit to going to class at a specific time, this is a great type of class for you. Now, the pros are, of course, flexibility. It allows students to be able to fit the class to their work and home life, which is amazing, but it does have its cons. Sometimes students feel that they lack the engagement, the instructor engagement, because you're basically on your own. I provide you with all of the information, the resources, and then you work on your assignments. Okay. It requires students to be very organized. Okay, flexibility can sometimes be conflicting for some students because it allows them to procrastinate. So it is very important that they have a high level of personal accountability to be able to adhere to these specific deadlines. Okay, so students need to be able to have a system in place to ensure that they complete all of their assignments within the established time frame. Okay, if a course requires group work or group projects, scheduling and collaborating with other students may become an issue. During the summer session, I do not assign any group projects. There is some classes that will have a research assignment, but that will be on a one-to-one basis. Students will be working on their own research. I find it very difficult to assign group projects during the summer because of the time limitation. But just make a note that even though this is an asynchronous course, this is an online course, you are not on your own. If at any point in time you have any questions or concerns, we will be using Blackboard messages, email, or Pronto messages. Please feel free to communicate with your peers, with your classmates, with myself. We are going to help each other out succeed in this course. So, establishing communication and a collaborative learning environment is essential for our success, for the student success, and for me to be able to listen to areas where students are struggling and provide additional resources if needed. Okay, so it is very, very important that you stay organized. These are asynchronous courses. It is your responsibility to keep up with all of the deadlines. It is your responsibility to meet and complete all of the assignments by the established time frames, and that you do not fall behind. Okay, but a common question is, Miss, when are we going to be meeting? We will not be meeting. My online classes are asynchronous, which means we don't have any designated times to meet. Okay, and that is all true for the exception. I do have a summer one class at a high school. They will be meeting twice a week with me because it is a scheduled online class, which is a little bit different. But for the other classes, if it's a section that starts with the V, that means there are virtual classes, online classes. There will be no scheduled time frames. Now, I do have office hours. My office hours for the summer 2024 semesters are going to be Monday through Thursday from 9 to 10. Fridays, the college is closed. They have a 4-day work week. So I will be available Monday through Thursday. You can send me a Blackboard message, an email, a Pronto message, and I will try to respond as soon as possible during the week. Okay, if it's during the weekend, I will make efforts to respond, but I do not guarantee that I will respond. So it is very important that you begin working on your assignments early in the week. Now, what are we going to be covering in these orientation videos? This is the first part. This is just an introductory part. Part 2 is going to be dealing with Blackboard, the Blackboard layout of the course, the Start Here module, the course content, the messages, announcements, and the gradebook. Part 3 is going to deal with Cengage. All of my classes use Cengage, okay? So Cengage is a learning platform where you go in and you complete your assignments. That is where I create your quizzes, your homeworks, your projects, your tests, anything of that nature. So we will be using this platform to complete the majority of your assignments, okay? So in that third orientation video, I am going to explain what is Cengage, how to create an account in Cengage, how to access Cengage, the assignments, the gradebook, and the additional resources provided. Okay. Now, I've included a picture of myself for those of you that don't know me. I have been a full-time instructor here at South Texas College since fall of 2014, so I will be 10 years already here with South Texas College. Time surely flies, okay? Before coming to South Texas College, I used to work in banking. I have over 13 years of experience in banking with emphasis in accounting and operations, okay? Like a lot of you, I began my educational career or my educational endeavors here at South Texas Community College back in May of 2001. I graduated with my accounting clerk certificate. Okay. Now, I do want to emphasize I am the first in my family to go to college. I didn't know if I had it in me to go to college. So I started small. I started with a certificate. I wanted to test the waters to see if I could handle this. Okay. So, I'm the first one in my family to go to college. I'm very proud of that. I was born in Reynosa, Mexico, so I am from Mexico. So to me, going to college was a big thing. Nobody in my family had ever done it, and I was determined to do it. Okay, so I finished my certificate, and I said, "Well, this ain't that bad. Let me continue." I continued, and I got my Associates of Arts in Business Administration from South Texas College in August of 2004. At that point, I transferred out of STC into the University of Texas Pan American back in the day, and I got my bachelor's in accounting in December of 2006. I continued part time with my education, and in December of 2013, I completed my Master's of Accountancy from the University of Texas Pan American. Then I began working here at STC. I transitioned from banking to becoming an instructor, an accounting instructor, and that gave me a little bit of time to be able to think about it. And I decided to go back to school, and I earned my Doctorate of Philosophy in Business Administration with specialization in organizational leadership in November of 2020. Okay, so as you can see, I've been going to school. During all of this time that I'm going to school, I am working full time. I've never stopped working. I've had one job. In some cases, I had two jobs. I had a full family to take care of. I have four kids. So I understand the struggles that a lot of you go through. Okay, but I also understand that it is not impossible. Okay, so I don't like excuses. Okay, if you're committed to getting an education, you are going to work hard, and it is not going to be easy, but you can do it if you organize your time, if you commit to what you're doing, if you enjoy what you're doing. I love learning, I love exploring, I love working. So when you have that drive in you, that is what's going to get you to the finish line. Okay, so please, even if it's just taking one class, two classes, the key is not to stop. Okay, there were semesters, when I was working, I was a senior accountant. I ran the accounting department for the bank. I had a lot of work and responsibilities. It was very difficult for me. I was going to school, for my master's. There was no online. I had to go in person to all of my classes. I would get out of work at 6. My class would start at 7. I would get out of college at 10:50. Okay, I would drive from Edinburgh to my home. That was about an hour drive. I would get home at midnight, wake up the next morning at 4:35 in the morning to go get ready to go to work because I got into work at 7 in the morning. Okay, drive back to McAllen to be able to get to my job. I would work in my homework during my lunch breaks. Late at night, early in the mornings, wherever I could fit it. Okay, so I encourage you to not give up, to work hard. It is doable if you commit, you have the drive and the determination to reach your educational aspirations. Okay, now it is very important that you complete your weekly task. It is critical. Please print out your syllabus and have it in a folder. I understand that everything's online nowadays. I'm old school, but what I like is, if you would print out your syllabus, put it in a folder. That way, when you're working on the assignments for my class, you're marking off the assignments that you've completed for the week. Okay, so review your syllabus outline. That is at the very end of your syllabus. It gives you a weekly schedule of what we're going to be working on. And organize your time each week to make sure that you have enough time to complete all of your weekly tasks. Okay, that means on Monday I read, on Tuesday I complete the quiz, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I work on my homework assignment or whatever the case might be. Okay, so please make sure that you have a plan as to how you're going to tackle your weekly task. Very important, read before you begin working on any assignments. I hear it all the time, Miss, I don't understand. Okay, I have my virtual meetings with my students. I start asking questions they have not read. Okay, if you don't read, you're not going to understand the material. The textbooks provide excellent resources, excellent examples of how to complete specific things. I also record lectures on specific problems, and the problems that I usually select are the more complex problems, so that way students can have a general understanding of the content and how to complete those specific problems. In Cengage, you also have videos that will guide you on how to complete your homework. Okay, Please read. After you're done reading, review the PowerPoints that I post in Blackboard, review any lectures that I've posted in Blackboard, and then begin working on your assignments, okay? And then strategize, what am I going to work on every day, okay? Do not fall behind. We have 4 instructional weeks for summer 1 and summer 2, and we have 9 instructional weeks for summer 3. We have a very short time frame to cover a lot of content. So please do not fall behind. Now, I am very strict when it comes to deadlines, because in the real world, you have deadlines to meet, and there is no excuses for you not to make those deadlines. So I want to begin training you and for you to experiment what it means to adhering to deadlines. Now, I understand life happens, okay? If you encounter an emergency that's going to prevent you from meeting an assignment deadline, please communicate with me immediately so I can work with you, okay? Do not wait until the end of the semester to tell me your story of what happened week 1, 2, and 3, okay? Because at week 4, I cannot help you. But if something happens, miss, I was in a car accident, miss, I had a baby, miss, I've been sick, whatever the case might be, okay? If you let me know, I will try to work with you as much as I can so we can get you up to where you need to be, okay? But if you do not communicate, I do not have a crystal ball that is going to tell me magically what is going on in your life, okay? And I have a lot of students, and it is very difficult for me to keep up and be after you. Why haven't you completed your assignments? All of you are adults, so all of you have a set responsibility of what you need to do, and I'm not going to be babying you, okay? But if something happens that is out of the ordinary, a situation that you cannot control, this does not include you having work. You knew you had work when you signed up, so figure it out, okay? This is if you have something that happened out of the ordinary, okay? Then you come to me, miss, this is what's happening. What can we do? Okay? And then we will work together and we will develop a plan for that. Okay? If you have any questions about the course, I am here to help you. This is my job. I am here to provide you with any support. Please feel free to contact me. Okay? Now, the preferred method of communication is Blackboard messages. That way, all of the communication stays within the course shell, and that way I know what course you're in, okay? If you need to speak with me outside of my office hours or during my office hours, please schedule an appointment with me. Let me know what days work for you, and then I can create a Teams meeting, invite you, and then we can do a virtual meeting, and then we can discuss any issues you have. For my summer 2024, my office hours are Monday through Thursday from 9 to 10 a.m. If that does not work for you, then you let me know what works for you, and if I'm available during that time, then I will accommodate that for you, okay? Please, I cannot reiterate it enough. Please stay organized. I don't grant any extensions on assignments. Everything is clearly outlined in your syllabus. It is up to you to keep up with all of those deadlines, okay? Please keep up with the assignments, ask questions, review all of the resources, and like I stated before, if an emergency occurs, please communicate with me immediately, okay? Okay, so that is basically all for my introductory lecture. This is just a general information for the course. Now we're going to proceed to listen to course orientation part 2, which is going to deal with Blackboard. Okay, and a lot of your questions are answered in these course orientation videos. So please make sure that you listen to all 3 videos before you tackle any of either trying to create your Cengage account or begin working on your assignments. Okay, so that is it. Please proceed to listening to the next part 2. And until next time, I hope you have an amazing semester. And if you need anything, I am here to assist. Have a wonderful day.